Hello, Rob here. In this video, I'm going to unbox the Dark Venture Vile Invaders expansion, second edition. So we made a few changes to the rules in this and added a couple pages to the rule book to just clarify some things, and a couple cards changed. And so we decided to go with a second edition of this expansion. So not a whole heck of a lot changed, but there are some clarifications and new rule book, and a few of the components have changed. And so this is, you'll see, just like the other expansions, there's the icon that denotes Vile Invaders. So if you do fold your cards into the core game and add the characters and items and locations into the decks of the core game, you'll be able to remove them quite easily because they're marked with the icon for the particular expansions. So you get a rule book. These are all different sheets of tokens and standees. Here we've got some characters, character tokens, character standees. These are specific tokens for an item, a trap item. So you can lay a trap to catch an animal, and you'll get a meat card, which then you can use to heal. So it's kind of a neat thing. You can build a trap, I think, or find it. There are events where you will get a trap, but you can just, again, it's just an item that will be folded into the game. So, and here we have tokens for the hammer and anvil and the kiln. And I think this is just an extra token. There might be an event in Vile Invaders where this is used. However, for the most part, it's just, it was an extra space on the board, I think. But this is interesting too. There are armor bonus tokens that go to 5 and 6, and that's mainly because in this game you can actually upgrade at the hammer and anvil. You can upgrade your weapons and add additional armor bonuses and attack bonuses to them. So like the other expansions that are this size, it comes with some standee bases, extra standee bases. Got some bags to put tokens in. Always nice to have extra bags to store things. I hate it when components are just flopping around in the box. So here's some of the new side quest cards. Note that it has the little Vile Invaders. And some of these side quests are related to some of the new rules in the expansion. So for example, collect 3 resources or wood or water. So collecting resources is a new, not new to Vile Invaders, but it's new when you have this expansion in play. And so there's collecting resources. Anyone can collect resources. Sometimes you'll get items that give you bonuses to collecting resources. But yeah, and so I think, in this game, we added some additional information about crafting items. We've divided out some certain items which are considered inventions, which is the smelting kiln, the hammer and anvil, the small animal trap, and the rowboat. The rowboat is very cool too. Allows you to travel quickly quick travel between different locations with water. So yeah, I think that's one of the other elements is instead of having the original quick page on the back of the Vile Invaders rulebook, we have now a special quick reference that is specific to Vile Invaders. So it gives you an idea, just reiterates, how you collect resources, how the smelting kiln works, how the hammer and anvil works. So it's kind of a little nifty addition there. So what else is in here? We've got a bunch of cards here. This is a special, let's see if I can open this. Yeah, there's a little tab here. There we go. And let's see, so we have a bunch of heroic quests. So these get just mixed in with all your core game heroic quests. And these are crafting items. So ore is gathered. Ore is a component that's gathered. Wood is a component that's gathered, and water is a component that's gathered, all of which have water specifically is a healing item too. So pure clean water, heal 5 health, discard 1 water when eating meat to heal 15. So you could have like a whole meal. So if you can create a trap and then catch some meat or get meat in another way, and then drink water with it, you can use it, triples the strength of this. And it can be advantageous to do that if you have, side quests or quests that involve collecting resources or building the trap, or maybe there's an event that helps you build the trap, and so you get meat easily. So here's meat. When eaten, heal 5. Discard 1 water when eating meat to heal 15. Discard when this has been used. So yeah, so there's the meat, and that's gathered when from a small animal trap. And then metal, so if you have the smelting kiln and you gather ore, and I'll have to double check, but let's see, on the smelting kiln location, discard 2 metal to draw the hammer and anvil if possible. So you can, if you have the kiln, you can immediately, and you can smelt some ore into metal, you can then immediately get the hammer and anvil. So you're using your smelted metal to follow that crafting track. All right, so one slight difference you'll notice in this edition is that there is a divider in here that so that wasn't included in the first edition. So I think all the larger expansions that are this size have that insert. So let's see if I can open this guy. Oh, there we go. Have to get that. That's a little tricky. Well, gonna have a. Let's just see here. Oh, there we go. There. Oops. Okay, so we have some characters. So there's a hero, Torse the Weird, and these are all, Torse is a Dargon. So these are another species of character. Notice they have their faction is, there's the Diamond faction is, I kind of consider that to be kind of, these are characters that have somehow come from outer space. There are Bowmark, so these are enemies that start small, and over the turns they start getting larger and larger until they're gigantic. These blob faction, or blob, these aren't a faction, they're considered beasts in this. They're actually, in Battle of the Ancients, they are a faction of Bowmark. Dargon, more Dargon, these are collectors that get a bonus for gathering. We have the hero, the Ether Rider, who's a pretty cool character. The Egg King, we have the Pale Rider's horse, the Ether Rider's horse, the Pale Horse, Iraq the Feared is another hero, and some enemies, and then some cool items. So this is the Tarvis Spade, which is Torse. Torse has this when he starts the game, and it just gives him a bonus to collecting. And then the Pickaxe is an item that also gives bonus to gathering. So there's a couple of those. There's the Smelting Kiln, the Hammer and Anvil, some traps, some other weapons, the Rowboat, the spell book, which is cool, allows you to cast spells. So if you can get this, or if you can, I think it's held by there's a wizard, an Eggman wizard, so he holds this. So you could either get it separately from him or draw it randomly, or if he comes into the game and he'll hold it, you can kind of defeat him and take his book. And it has a bunch of cool spells. And a kind of all the spell books, there's two other spell books or one other spell book, and they have kind of these it's just a new mechanic in the game almost that allows you to cast spells. And then these are the locations. Unique to this expansion is that there are locations that are 2 cards. So when you play the one card, it'll ask you to pull the other from wherever it is, and it creates kind of a double location. So these great big locations, there are different things can happen in each, and you can move back and forth. You can go, this is a crashed Dargon spaceship. And there is also an island. So this is, this is Deathbed Isle. And so there are specific events that involve Deathbed Isle. So there's the Deathbed Isle crater, and then there's just the Deathbed Isle forge. So there's actually a forge here. And so you can use the boat to get here, and there are some events that are involved in the Vile Invaders expansion that will require you to get to the island or help you to get to the island, and it's just kind of just sits off to the side of the map, so it's not even part of the actual map itself. And then there are just some other standard locations. All right, so that is the Vile Invaders expansion to Dark Venture. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe.